Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Sunday, December 13th, 6:24 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. The market is officially Lambo. As always, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only here on the Bitcoin Daily View. Check out bitcoindailyview.com for cool stuff. I try to keep it updated with links and such to things that we talk about and indicators used in the videos. Alright, Bitcoin and Ethereum deep green today. Bitcoin coming in at up 5%, or basically between 5 and 6% last 24 hours, coming in at 19,300 as we move towards that weekly close. Alright, Ethereum 588 is challenging that $600 psychological barrier, up 6%. XRP, it's in the green again. Charts looking good. We'll take a look at it. Litecoin in the green, looking beautiful. Cardano up almost 9%. Lots of hype on that coin recently. Link and Filecoin, two that are getting day traded heavily these days, are in the green. Nice to see that. I hope everyone's crypto hopes and dreams are coming true. I'm very happy for the XRP crew. You're out of that deep red disaster. All right, 1.2, I should say, sorry, 1.9, or really 2 billion if I round it off. Volume last 24 hours for Bitcoin, 1.1 of that on Binance. Nobody else really showing up for work as far as volume. Where all that glorious volume is, 75% long, 24% shorts, so the sentiment is definitely long. Looking at Bitcoin, it's a glorious chart this morning. Here we are on the 4-hour chart. We had a bounce recently off the 200 moving average, and now we're moving up. It's beautiful, it's organic, we're not getting too far from the red moving average there, they're moving the 8 moving average. So this is just a beautiful, nice day, a beautiful, nice run. ADX is in the right spot, coming in at 26. Above 25 is Lambo territory, and we have green directional index candles. I love it. I wish the RSI wasn't quite so high, but it can continue cruising sideways up there, no problem. Another indicator to balance out the RSI with is KRI, linked to over at bitcoindailyview.com. It's in the green, and as you can see, it's got plenty of room to move up. I think these two do balance each other very, very well. If we look at Bitcoin on the 45-minute chart also, as you can see, earlier this morning, actually I should say December 12th, yesterday, around 11 a.m. Arizona time here, we had a beautiful cross above the 200 moving average and the 314 moving average, firing off this beautiful little blue diamond there, and we are just cruising up. The Super Guppy indicator, all these little EMAs here, as you can see by the green diamond, have turned green. We are very, very positive. Directional index is beautiful. ADX is gorgeous. Our RSI is in the right spot. KRI is in the right spot. We are on this 45-minute chart, and that 4-hour chart, we are looking just glorious. Now, let's look at the daily chart. As you can see, yesterday's green candle, today's a green candle. I do this latest fib lines basically from when we were back here on March 13th, a little dip there, all the way up to the all-time high that we've had recently, and now you can see we're ranging. This fib seems to fit pretty well. We're well above the 200 moving average. We're ranging between the .236 and the top of the fib, so we definitely are in a beautiful location. Check out the MACD. MACD is above the mid-range, which is very, very nice. Histogram is beginning to close. It was definitely trending negative, but now we have an uptick. And even though it's not technically crossed positive yet, whenever you have a towards positive or definitely after a crossed positive MACD on the daily, that usually is a pretty stout little Bitcoin. So as we move towards that positive cross here, we are looking good. I cannot get, for some reason, I think I need to restart this browser. I cannot get my fibs to edit. If I could, what you would see is if I put a .-36 here, it would make another fib line up top here. That's just a projection, an idea looking at fibs. And the next logical fib resistance we'd see is around 23 or 24,000. So sorry I can't put that in there, but things aren't working right this morning. Anyway, this is a glorious pattern. Also, look at the 3-day chart. I love seeing this. The MACD is still positive on the 3-day chart. It was trending negative, now it's trending positive. On the 3-day chart, our last candle was basically red, but this 3-day candle is looking green. And so what is the time frame on that? That is, let's see, the last green candle was 8, 9, 10. This one is 11, 12, 13. It'll close today. So I do believe this 3-day candle is going to close in the green. This is a beautiful thing. We are looking really, really good. And of course, on the weekly, I am hoping that we close with a green candle here. This weekly is going to be quite interesting. So we'll see if this weekly green candle closes, but regardless, the MACD is wonderfully positive. We're in a good spot fib-wise. All is good. Let's see if we can get a green candle to close this week. It would be glorious, especially if it's above the body of this one here. Especially if we could close above 19. If we close at like 19.4, 19,400, that would be a glorious spot. And definitely I think we could see that run up to, getting past 20,000, because like I say, I can't, my fib's not working, but if I did extend to the next logical level here for fib, you would see we're kind of blue sky until 24,000, and that's where I would start to imagine some resistance, if nothing else, in our minds, while it continued on to Lambo orbit. Alright, 45-minute chart for Ethereum versus USD. Beautiful break above the 200 moving average recently. Break above the 314 moving average. We are just beautiful green candles. Super Guppy indicator, EMAs are all green. We're glorious. Directional index is great. ADX is great. All over this chart is just a beautiful thing. It's a short time frame, 45 minutes, I know, but it is showing a nice, beautiful trend towards the positive. So the market's looking good. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we have not been below the 200 moving average for quite a while here on Ethereum. We made almost, you could say, a bounce off the 200 moving average. We got close to it, and now we're moving back up. It's pretty much doing what Bitcoin's doing, and it is looking gloriously healthy this morning. Ethereum versus BTC here on the 45-minute chart. As you can see, it's had a glorious downtrend, but it is perking up. It's going to start challenging that 200 moving average. I mean, this is not financial advice and entertainment purposes only, but of course, I do like the Ethereum versus BTC trade. I think this is one of my kind of moves going into 2021. I think we will see, as Ethereum is hyped to all craziness with Ethereum 2.0, etc., and it is doing glorious things. I think Ethereum versus BTC is a nice way to pick up more BTC if you so desire to do that. And what I do like to see on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum BTC, this downtrend, yes, it is there, but check out this glorious wick that we have right there that wicked to the 200 moving average, and now it's making a bounce. We're above the mid-range of this channel. I think we're gonna challenge the top of it pretty soon. Directional index is going in the right direction, but not positive yet. RSI, beautiful spot. KRI about to flip green. On Ethereum 4-hour chart, I'm looking hopeful. I think we're going to continue this bounce off the 4-hour 200 moving average and moon into glory. Alright, Litecoin versus USD. It bounced off the 200 moving average after a little visit below it here on the 4-hour chart. It's looking glorious. Indicators are strong. I'm sorry, not Ethereum. XRP. Alright, yeah, XRP crew, you had a hard day yesterday. But if we look at the 4-hour chart, it's beautiful. XRP definitely did dump. It dumped below the 618 fib as I had drawn it here on the 4-hour chart, but it got very close to that 200 moving average. It was just under the 618. This is definitely, I was kind of considering it make or break for Ethereum. You're either, not Ethereum, XRP, sorry. XRP. This was make or break moment, and I think it definitely is making a powerful move above that 618, above that 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart. So if you're trading XRP versus USD, you are in a good spot. This is kind of that buy the dip territory if you are an XRP individual, if you like it, or if you're looking for a good trade. Not financial advice, but it's not the strongest chart in the world that I've ever seen, but the directional index is moving towards the green. But it ain't there yet. RSI is beautiful. KRI is going to flip green. I would just say this is not a bad day. I mean, it was 50 cents, even 49 cents yesterday, but now it's at 52. So we're moving up. It's a strong bounce. Definitely, I could see this just cruising until we get a little bit of resistance at the .5 fib, and that's around 58 cents right there. So you got a beautiful range here of easy pick up, easy sell, or get back and just hodl, whatever moon mode you're into. All right, Theta versus BTC. I just like showing this chart because it's so radically volatile, and it shows the extreme swings you get as you cross the 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart. And so we've had two bounces off a low where there is some support. This chart's not too hopeful. We're still above the 200 moving average, but just watch. I'm watching this. It's just a great example. I like showing it because a lot of alts are kind of in this state, just radically violent right now with volatility. If you're a white knuckle 45-minute chart trading, or like if you want to get really crazy and go to like the the 5-minute chart, if you pack this kind of gear on the 5-minute chart, if you're a scalper, we just crossed the 200 moving average. If we can bounce off that, oh, look at that, directional index is in the green. Once that ADX crosses, if you're really a white knuckle trader, this kind of volatility is just Lambo moves all day. If you pack that kind of psychotic gear, All right, ADA versus BTC. Beautiful bounce off the 200 moving average this morning. It's looking wonderful. Directional index is in the green. ADX needs to crank up a little bit more to be super healthy. It's at 9. When that starts getting near around 20, I definitely might even hop into this because I think we could definitely cruise up to these all-time highs again. RSI's in the right spot. KRI is looking good. I'm sorry, this is a 4-hour chart. If we look at a 45-minute chart for ADA versus BTC, we recently crossed the 200 moving average in the 314. We're looking good. All other indicators are wonderful in this shorter time frame. We've had a long downtrend. Now we're breaking out of it above that 200 moving average. Let's see if that sticks. I am going to actually look at ADA versus USDT. Let's do that on Binance. And you can see, look at that. If you're looking at ADA, Cardano versus USDT, this morning we had a glorious break above the 200 moving average, 314. Directional index and the ADX is looking good. All of the indicators are looking rocking. This thing is definitely moving. Cardano is definitely getting a lot of hype recently. If we were to look at the daily chart, you can see it's been kind of a wild ride for it. But look at that on the daily. Ever since about May, we've been on this uptrend. We had a down. We returned to the 200 moving average a time or two recently. But anyway, it looks like possibly if we are somewhat optimistic with a channel here, we can see that ADX, I'm sorry, not ADX, gosh, sorry, it's early in the morning for me here. We can see this upwards trend. We're back at the mid-range of it for Cardano versus dollar. The directional index and ADX are not really where I want to see them, but the RSI is at the bottom, and the KRI has turned green too. For a long or a short, man, ADA, Cardano versus USDT, not financial advice, but that's a beautiful little chart, my friends. All right, so did Bitcoin just bottom? BTC reclaims 19K. People have noticed. So this is a beautiful little article over at Cointelegraph, basically saying not much of anything. It's just confirmation that yes, if you hadn't noticed, we've broken 19K. This weekly close will be very interesting. If we can close above 19.4, that will be glorious. All right, it's official crypto on front page of U.S. tax return. Who cares? We're seeing a lot of FUD about this recently, and it says in brief, a crucial question about transacting cryptocurrency has been added to the front page of the 1040. Who cares? I trade crypto. That's what I do for kind of a living these days, and I would say just pay your taxes and get over this FUD. I don't know. This is just so much clickbait recently about, hey, guess what? They want to tax crypto. That's not new. They've been doing it for quite a while. Anyway, this is just a little article over here at Zero Hedge. If you thought 2020 was bad, watch what happens in 2021. Hey, if you're not in some gold, silver, and Bitcoin, well, not financial advice, but I would suggest it because they make a great case here for the Great Reset. It's happening, and you got to be part of that parallel economy, parallel society to thrive during these times while the 3D world kind of crashes. 3D world, that's what I'm calling the traditional markets now, is the 3D world. All right, this is an apolitical show. I'm just showing this to basically this little article here. We have so much dissension between the states. We have so much dissension in the government. We have a great reset that the globalist, the technocracy is planning. It's good to hedge your bets. I'm mentioning some of this just because check out my podcast, RadiantCreators.com. On the front page there, you'll find we did a 2-hour chat over on Revolution Radio. It was David Dubai and I, longtime friends. It was a great show, and we talked about really the incredibly powerful, beautiful future, the moral, ethical, wonderful future that is here for those in the parallel economy, basically, which is being created right now. We talk about it. This is a very positive and fun chat. Go to RadiantCreators.com and check this out. Also, we are, my little podcast, I just want to mention this. We are interviewing Tony Blair over at Radiant Creators this coming Friday, and basically he's a very, intense looking guy. He's been studying fear and our relationships to fear for decades. A really, really powerful character. And we're going to get into dealing with the fear, the craziness of this time, and just being powerful, knowing fear, and just, using it as not letting it beat us, just basically going, yes, fear just gives me energy when I feel fearful. I just look at, Lambo Sunday, and I look at this beautiful chart and the parallel economy, and I don't care about these ridiculous ass clowns that think they run the world, because their time is coming. The Great Reset, it's not gonna work. You know what's gonna work? Crypto, Bitcoin. Take care, everybody, and I will see you Monday morning bright and early.